Hey guys, what's up? Unrested here. I'm just out on the go. Gonna take a little walk around here. You can come with me. We're gonna do a little JFAQ, Japan's frequently asked questions. I'm Unrested with the questions you requested. This is JFAQ, and today we're covering an article in the J News about a young boy of 7 years who was left on the side of the road by his parents and wandered off into the woods and now has been missing for 72 hours. Now you're probably wondering, whoa, what happened there, Scott? Well, it's a bit of a strange story. The news has it a bit muddled, so forgive me if this isn't totally clear. Apparently, the kid's parents took him to a park out in the Hokkaido mountains. During that time, he was throwing stones at cars and passerbys, and he was misbehaving quite badly. His parents got angry at him, started to take him home, and apparently he continued to misbehave in the car. So I guess to discipline him, they stopped on the side of the road, let him out of the car, or made him get out of the car, drove off, and didn't come back for 5 minutes. Now you're probably thinking, that's not that long to leave somebody on the side of the road. Well, yes, if you're a grown adult and somebody does that to you, that probably isn't too bad. You'll probably be okay. They'll come back, they'll find you, and you'll be all right. But if you are a 7-year-old child in the middle of the wilderness, and on top of it, this was a bear reserve area, and it was Hokkaido, which gets very cold still even in June, and on top of that, heavy rains were on the way to the point that they said you could see dark rolling clouds overhead. This doesn't seem like the best parental decision to make, so I'm not really sure what the parents had in mind here. Now, I get it. You get frustrated. Your kid acts up. He's bad. You know, you work 10 or 12 hours, you come home to a kid throwing a fit, or, you know, you have your little bit of time, especially in Japan, the weekend, you get barely any time at all, and your kid's throwing a fit when you're just trying to have a nice night or a nice day out or whatever. Okay, you're pissed, you're, you know, really teed off, your kid's really acting bad. You say, all right, that's fine, I'm leaving you there, and you walk off. Well, I've done this in the mall before if my kids try to throw a fit to get a toy. When I walk off, I don't actually stop looking at my kid. I round the corner and keep looking at him until he realizes, okay, I need to finally leave the toy store and stop begging for what I want and not be spoiled. You don't actually let the kid out of your sight, especially in a public area, especially in a bear reserve in the middle of the Hokkaido mountains. I don't know what parent would think this is a good idea as a form of discipline. In Japan, a lot of people are having kind of a media outcry that this is child abuse. I don't know if I would put it that far. I would say it's a bad parental decision as a form of discipline. The cops still haven't decided whether or not to file neglect, I don't know, what do you call it, neglect case, neglect suit against the parents, and neglect criminal charges. And that hasn't been done yet. The boy's father is quoted as saying, "I'm so sorry this has happened, and I'm really sorry to all the people who have to do extra work right now to find my son." It hasn't been reported whether or not the parents themselves are trying to do a search for them. Apparently over 100 people have gotten together with the fire department and the police department, but unfortunately the kid has been gone for 72 hours, and that does not look good. Temperatures in Hokkaido drop way, way low, even in summertime, during the nighttime. I've been there in Sapporo before, and it gets low enough in the nighttime that you definitely don't even want to turn on the air conditioning or anything like that. In the mountains, it's going to drop way colder. And on top of that, once again, I said, bear country. They're in the middle of a bear habitat, and they dropped this kid off. So, what do you guys think about this? Did these parents go way too far? Apparently they searched all over. The only two ways that this kid could have gone is if he had gone down the mountain that he was dropped off on. He was on a mountain road. He would have came to a main road that would have led to a city type area. If he had gone upwards, which they doubt, he would have had to climb the mountain by himself. And they said that's probably very unlikely, as it is a very treacherous mountain to climb. Do you think this was good parenting on their part? Do you think there's a point where it's okay to drop a kid off on the side of the road if they're misbehaving? If they do that, should they keep an eye on them the whole time? Should they do what I do and just pretend to actually drop them off, but actually keep an eye on them and make sure they're within their sight? Do you think there are chances to discipline a kid in this way that are not dangerous? Is there areas that it is okay to do this in? Do you think this is going too far? Do you think this is child neglect? What are your thoughts on the whole subject? I'd love to hear it. Been loving your comments on the last few articles. These articles that I'm doing and that people are sending in and having questions about have been doing awesome on my channel. I can't thank you guys enough for your interactivity with me on the comments. I read every single one. I know I don't respond to a bunch, but I read every comment. Love your feedback. Love the stuff you guys had to say about the military case that I just talked about in the last video. And I love the messages you guys send me, either PMs or comments. I read everything. And thanks for sharing so much stuff. Subs just have been skyrocketing over the last 2 months. Views have been more than doubled, sometimes as high as 30,000 views on videos. And the channel's doing awesome. This has been an awesome year so far in just the first, we're only a couple months in. This is great. Guys, thanks so much. Once again, I'm Unrested with the questions you requested. This is JFAQ, Japan's frequently asked questions. Have a good one.